What's up, Meta Nerds? Today we're going to talk about the C-B3 Cortosis battle droid. Now, if you watched our video on the B3 battle droid, you'll know that Wat Tambor pitted two teams against each other to see which would come up with the best improvement to the B2. General Grievous preferred the design that would become the B3 because of its giant size, extra arms, rocket launcher, and overall extra weapons that made it a better full frontal assault and base buster kind of droid. But the Techno Union didn't want to scrap its other idea, basically a B2 covered in Cortosis. Now, what's so special about that, you might ask? Cortosis is one of the only materials in the Star Wars galaxy which is impervious to lightsabers. In other videos, we talk about how all these different droid variants all come about because of how crappy the B1 is. We've seen all kinds of crazy improvements like supersizing a B2, giving it flamethrowers, rockets, super shields on a droideka. But the developers of the C-B3 decided, screw it, let's just cover the damn thing in Cortosis so that no Jedi can cut it in half. And guess what? It worked. Really good. They worked so good, in fact, that Darth Sidious was worried that it could actually tip the balance of the war in the favor of the CIS. Basically, these Cortosis-covered droids could have neutralized the effect of the Jedi on the field and have won the war for the Separatists, screwing up Darth Sidious's long con to take over the Republic. To ensure that this didn't happen, Sidious set it up so that the Jedi Order could discover the location of the droid foundry on the planet of Metaboard. The Jedi wasted no time, and sending a strike team, which included Anakin Skywalker, they were able to take out the entire foundry and all of the remaining C-B3 droids, bringing a complete end to this droid only after about 10 months after the Battle of Geonosis. And that's basically the whole story of the C-B3 Cortosis droid. A great idea, but one that didn't get to have a lot of effect in the Clone Wars because of Darth Sidious's grand plan. It's very interesting to wonder how the course of history could have been completely different if he didn't intervene. Some interesting facts about these guys are the first time that we get to see them is in Star Wars The New Droid Army, a video game released in 2002 for the Game Boy Advance. Here we see how Anakin Skywalker was able to defeat some of the C-B3 droids by taking advantage of a weak point in their armor. If you struck downwards at the spot where the two breastplates met, you could find a weak point and cut the droid in half. This thing basically was a B2 battle droid, with most of the same parts and the same intelligence. The only difference being that their arms didn't have gripping hands, so they couldn't use other weapons, instead being replaced with two high-intensity laser cannons. This combined with a ball joint in the wrist, which allowed it to aim in multiple directions at once. In a closing point, I think it's pretty interesting that General Grievous passed over these droids in favor of the more offensively minded B3. He's basically saying, I don't really care about a Jedi blocking droid, I can do that myself. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to tell me what you guys thought about these droids in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more Star Wars content. And remember, may the Force be with you, always.